Can money really give you freedom? Let's talk about that. Money is fantastic. And we, as founders, one of the main reasons why we chose to build a business in the first place is because we want to have a lifestyle in which we can do what we want, we can live where we want to live, we can invest in the kind of activities that we want to invest in, and we want to have a level of financial safety that never has us worry again. These are all amazing things. You know, I talk to hundreds of founders every month, and whenever I ask this question, most of the people that I've ever spoken to in the business realm agree. And so I ask, okay, who here started their business because you wanted freedom? All of the hands go up. And freedom for them is one of their top 3 values, probably for you watching this video as well. But I believe that we have been sold a lie, and that is money equals freedom. Let's look at that. What is money? Money has all these associations. For some means money is, success, achievement, freedom, peace, acknowledgement, respect. But really, at the end of the day, money is a tool. And with that kind of tool, you can definitely have a greater life, I would argue. So I'm not here to tell you, hey, just be happy with a little bit. You don't need a lot of money. That's not what you're going to get in this video. I'm not a spiritual guru telling you to meditate under the bodhisattva tree and just be happy with 1 apple per day. That's not me, right? But freedom is not a tool, but is an experience. It's an inner experience. It's something that happens inside of you. Now, you may say, what do you mean, dude? I buy myself all kinds of experience. You know, I go traveling, I go out eating to the greatest restaurants, I go to theaters, or I go, to sports events, to concerts. Those are all experiences, right? Or I invest in coaching programs, seminars, events. Those are all experiences. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. But here's the thing. How you live inside of those experiences has nothing to do with how much money you have. You can have 2 people. One is a founder who maybe has had a 7 or 8 figure exit. And then maybe you have a founder who's just kicking it off, who's making a couple grand a month, right? They both go to the same kind of experience. Maybe, let's say they go to watch a football game. Now, let's say the 7 figure exit founder sits down and all he can think about is that he's just playing too small. He's looking up at the VIP box and he's seeing all these other entrepreneurs and founders, and they're like making hundreds of millions. And all he can think about the whole game is just, man, I'm just not there. I'm not good enough, right? So it's the comparison trap. Meanwhile, the other guy who's making $2,000 a month is having the time of his life. He is laughing, he is cheering, he's throwing hot dogs, right? He's showering in beer. He's just having an amazing time. What's the difference? Well, one of them in that moment is free, the other one isn't. And so freedom is really all about being able to be fully present and to be authentically you. Another example that I can give you is something that personally I experienced. Last year I built a multi-6-figure coaching business. And still what I found is that whenever I would go to family gatherings, I wouldn't talk about certain experiences that I had. Maybe the success that I had, right? On how good my relationship was going, my marriage, because there were some other people that, they were more on the not so happy side. So what was I doing? I was monitoring my self-expression. I wasn't true to myself. I felt happy on the inside, but on the outside, I was like, yeah, life is okay. Just the usual, I would play it down. So I was limiting my self-expression. Or I would go to another event and with people, maybe some friends, right? And someone would say something that actually offended me. I was like, whatever. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to cause a scene here. He didn't mean it. So I was actually angry, but I wasn't expressing that. Why was I not expressing that, even though I had more money in the bank than ever before? How come? See, I was not free in that moment because I wasn't free to be myself. And this is what I see with a lot of entrepreneurs and founders. They think in their mind that freedom equals money equals freedom. So they keep chasing, they keep hustling, they keep moving towards that one day, someday goal where their whole life will finally feel differently. But even though they make more money than ever, they still don't feel different. They still somewhat feel trapped and disconnected. And so, freedom, the way that I see it, is not about what you can buy with money, not about the experiences that you can allow yourself to have, but it's who you are being inside of those, right? It's money will grant us access to more actions. It will give us more options, and it's wonderful. But all of that is totally useless if you can't truly be yourself. If you can't truly be yourself, no amount of money will change that. And so freedom requires two things. Number one, it requires emotional safety. You have to feel safe within yourself. You have to feel safe enough to be yourself, to say what you actually feel, to go after what you actually go after, and to live your life in the way that you want to live your life, not in the way that Alex Hormozy tells you to live your life, or Tony Robbins, or the bishop, or whoever, or even me. No, you. And you need to feel safe inside of that freedom that has been granted to you. And so, speaking about safety, the other thing that's required to truly have freedom as an experience in a moment to moment way is a regulated nervous system. Most founders that I talk to are completely dysregulated. They're always in this state of chronic stress. Don't get me wrong, stress is important, right? You need some stress, right? Stress to help you grow. When you go to the gym, you stress your body to a degree where the muscles rupture just enough for you to have a gap so that the muscles can grow over time. The same is true with your nervous system, right? You challenge yourself, you do hard things so that you grow, so that you have then more capacity. But if you're always in challenge mode and if you don't have rest and space to digest and to calm down, guess what? You are creating inflammation in your body, inflammation in your system. You're dysregulated. So that means that your body is always on high alert. There's too much cortisol, there's too much adrenaline. And what I've found is that when you meet emotional safety and a regulated nervous system, you actually get to access what you have been looking for from the get-go. And that is a home, a place within yourself where you can feel safe being you. And the beauty of that is when you have that place of feeling safe within your own skin and within your own mind, all of your limitations will fall away. Because if you can be yourself, and if you can be yourself without having to wait for the money in the bank account, then you can take bigger risks. You can take bigger actions. You can actually say, hey, I don't want to work with these types of clients because they just don't treat me with respect. Hey, I don't want to do this type of lead generation format because I fucking hate sending DMs. I want to be on events. I want to be inside podcasts. But if you don't have that safety in being yourself, you won't trust your own desires. You won't trust your own gut instincts. And the sad thing that I find is that most of us don't even know what that's like because we didn't grow up in a safe environment. We didn't grow up around parents that were able to provide that level of safety to us. So most founders that I see are still living out their childhood patterns, still in this survival, fight or die kind of way, where they're longing for something outside of them. They're longing for something external to finally give them permission to feel safe within so that they can say, now I am free. So in conclusion, money helps you change your circumstances. And that is absolutely wonderful. I feel that every founder should deserves that chance to upgrade their circumstances and live an abundant life in whatever way that means to them. But no man or woman but only the man or woman who can fully embrace who they are, regardless of their circumstances, is totally free. And if you think about it, the people that you and I look up to the most, they are the most authentic. They are the most themselves. And funnily enough, those are also the most successful people on earth, because they don't wait for something. They create it within themselves and then they go for it. I hope this video inspired something inside of you. If it did, leave me a comment below. Share a question that you have for yourself that came up watching this video. If you like my content, subscribe to the channel and let me know. Are there any types of conversations that you'd like me to have? I'd be delighted to read your comment and to go into the desire of meeting you where you want to be met. So thank you for your support, for showing up, and for helping me create this authentic expression that is called Mario Lanzarote. And with that, I am complete, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.